A very good afternoon to honorable gathered here. Honorable Vice Chancellor of USAT, Professor R. Shashikaran, distinguished guest, Professor William A. Meeker, Head of the Department, Professor Asha Gopalakrishnan, respected faculties, research scholars, and my dear friends. As you all know, today we have gathered here for the lecture series in connection with the Erudite program. The Erudite is one of the innovative concepts undertaken by the state government of Kerala to strengthen research activities in various universities of Kerala. Eminent academicians from India and abroad are invited to universities under this program for lecture series. And this year, we are really honored to have Professor William A. Meeker from Iowa State University for the lecture series. Let us start by invoking the blessings of God Almighty. Kindly rise for the silent prayer. Now I invite Professor N. Balakrishna for the welcome speech.
President of today's function, Professor Asha Gopalakrishnan, Head of the Department, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R. Shashikaran, our Chief Guest, Professor William Meeker, and my colleague, Dr. Sunoj, James, and our colleagues, office staff, students, and friends. So, as Anu has already mentioned, this Erudite program is a project by the state government initiated in 2009 to invite eminent scholars from India as well as from abroad. I think our department has already invited a good number. I think Professor Meeker is the 15th invitee actually in this, after we started our program since 2009. And today we are gathered here just for the inaugural function of this year's Erudite program. And as already mentioned, the objective of the Erudite program is to invite eminent scholars and initiate research collaboration as well as some development of teaching programs. And as I mentioned, this is the 15th invitee, and we are continuing our collaboration with the earlier visitors like Professor Balakrishnan, Professor Navarro, and the eminent scholars. So hope that will continue to collaborate with the earlier speakers as well as with Professor Meeker now onwards. And let me come to my duty, that is to welcome you all. First of all, I welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor R. Sashidharan, to inaugurate this function. And Professor Bill Meeker is the chief guest, and Professor Asha Gopal is in the head of the department, and our brand new syndicate member and my colleague Professor Sunoj, and my colleagues, research scholars and faculty from the other department of the university, students and research scholars. I welcome you all for this inaugural function. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, I invite Professor Asha Gopalakrishnan for the presidential address.
Professor R. Shashidharan, Honorable Vice Chancellor of USAN, Professor William Meeker, distinguished guest of the day, other dignitaries on and off the dais, and everybody present here. It actually gives me great pleasure and pride to have Professor Meeker amongst us today, because he is one of the living legends and a stalwart in reliability. So anybody who is doing reliability would just refer to this book as its reliability analysis. Statistical methods for reliability data is just mentioned as Meeker and Escobar. We don't go beyond that. It just says Meeker and Escobar. And now I understand that the second edition of the book is also getting released. A very popular book. Last time when I met him, he was editing his book Statistical Intervals, and that is also now out. And I'm really thrilled that, and I never imagined that he would be here in our department and my students would get to hear him. So that way I'm really happy that he has made it to Cochin. I think we should thank the Erudite scheme for it. And in the Erudite scheme, the government has put forward such an ambitious scheme to call Nobel laureates to interact with the academia to increase their research. And if not a Nobel laureate, at least a person of that stature should be here. That was what the department always looks into. And we are glad we got Professor Meeker over here. And these days, statistics, there's a great demand for statistics, but still work in reliability analysis and the conventional statistics is still hard and fast. And so a lot of people are doing research around in Cochin on reliability. I have made my best efforts to reach out to them, and I'm glad that few of them have come over here. And I'm very happy to note that Professor Meeker will be here till Friday. This is his first talk. This is a popular talk, and his technical talks are scheduled for tomorrow and day after. I hope you will interact with him and make this program a success. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we are into the inaugural ceremony. I invite Professor R. Shashidharan, Vice Chancellor of USAN, for lighting the lamp and for delivering the inaugural address.
తీసుకో స్టూడెంట్ నాളത്തെ തലമുറയാണ് Respected Professor Dr. Asha Gopalakrishnan, Head Department of Statistics, most respected distinguished Professor William Meeker, Iowa University, USA, Dr. N. Balakrishna, Professor of this department, Dr. K.C. James, and my dearest Professor Sunosh, Syndicate Member of CUSAT, Dr. R. Rajesh, Dr. K.G. Geeta, other dignitaries, faculty members, invited guests, research scholars, students, staff members. Good afternoon. I am extremely happy to be a part of this great function. Thank you very much for inviting me to this program. Department of Statistics is one of the leading university departments in India. This department contributes best brains to work various sectors at national and international level. The faculty members have received several awards and rewards for their best performance. Recently, Dr. N. Balakrishna received the Distinguished Statistician 2018 award by the Indian Society of Probability and Statistics, ISPS. I take this opportunity, last time I forgot to congratulate him, so I am taking this opportunity now. I take this opportunity to congratulate him. In this context, I am so happy to congratulate Professor Meeker, who was selected as the Statistician of the year 2006 by American Statistical Association, isn't it? The Department of Statistics deserves credits for your efforts in bringing an eminent international scholar, Dr. Professor Meeker, to CUSAT as part of the prestigious Erudite program of Government of Kerala. We respect and value the presence of international scholars in CUSAT. Recently, we had Professor Vitali from Department of Physics, Gothenburg University, Sweden, Professor Bert Ensering from Delft University, Netherlands. We also received an administrator from Gothenburg University who visited the campus to explore the possibility of sending Swedish students to CUSAT. Currently, we have Professor Gaurav Sharma from University of Rochester and Dr. David M. Checkley Jr. from California. Now the Department of Statistics has added William Meeker to this line of reputed international scholars. I feel that Professor Meeker's arrival is so crucial to CUSAT for several reasons. He is a world-famous author of several books. Professor Asha Gopalan mentioned. I found his most important book, Statistical Method for Reliability Data, in our university library and the department library. The book has received around 4,000 citations. His Statistical Intervals has a second edition after 25 years. The 15,000 citations he received make him top scholar in the world in engineering statistics. Moreover, Majority of his works are available for open sources, open access at Iowa State University Digital Repository. The Iowa University is a top world-ranking university in US. They have produced around 100,000 scholarly articles. Professor Meeker has influenced deeply the trend of research in reliability and has provided guidance, inspiration and encouragement to numerous young researchers. With the support of internationally acclaimed professors like Meeker, I hope CUSAT would be able to make path-breaking contribution to the field of statistics. This viewers, I declare the Erudite program of statistics inaugurated, and I wish all the success to all sessions of this Erudite program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nobody is good.
Today we are really honored to have the legend, Professor William Q. Meeker. As Asha ma'am has already said, William Q. Meeker is a professor of statistics and distinguished professor of liberal arts and sciences at Iowa University. He has more than 40 years of experience working in the application of statistical methods to engineering reliability, including reliability and non-destructive evaluation. With great pride and on behalf of everybody over here, I welcome you, sir, for the felicitation.
I just request you to felicitate something and we can start lecture after. Sure.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm deeply honored to have been invited to be one of the erudite scholars to visit Cochin University. I'd like to thank Professor Sosatharan for that very nice introduction. I'm very humbled by that. It is really a great pleasure for me to be here. This is my third trip to Cochin. This is the warmest visit I've had here, I might say. And every time I come here, I always meet new and interesting people in this department. And I look forward to meeting and talking with many of you over the rest of this week while I will be here. I would like to thank the Erudite program of the government of Kerala for funding this visit. It's very kind and generous of them. And I especially want to thank Professor Asha for all of the work that she did to organize this visit. She did a lot of work behind the scenes, I can tell you, and she was always very good at communicating with me and helping me to understand things. And so I'm very pleased for that. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Finally, we have come to the end of the inaugural session. I welcome Professor S.M. Sunoj to vote of thanks.
I didn't know that.
Vice Chancellor, Professor R. Shashidharan, Professor Asha Corporation, President of the function, Professor William Meeker, Distinguished Professor of Liberal Arts and Science at Iowa State University, Professor Bhagarishma and Bhagarishma, Professor James, Dr. N. Gida, Dr. K.G. Gida, Dr. Rajesh, Dr. Irshad, research scholars, students, and scholars from other departments, and office staff. As pointed out in the welcome speech, we are really grateful to Professor William Meeker to be part of this Erudite program. We may be, I think Professor Meeker is known to some of us due to the book mentioned by Professor Asha, Statistical Methods for Reliability Data, with Escobar. It published in 1998. So from that time onwards, we are much familiar with the content of this book, and it is happy to know that the second edition is going to publish soon. It is interesting to note that his publications are in the applied field and in very highly reputed journals like Econometrics, American Statistician, IEEE Transactions of Liability, etc. Now I come to my duty to the vote of thanks. Respected, as he mentioned, this is the third time he is visiting Cochin. So when he came to Cochin first time in 1996, in fact, I was so fortunate to meet him. So it was during a conference so that organized in Taj Malabar, and later in 2005, so we had another conference in Taj at Abad Plaza. So in both these conferences, he came here. Now, respected Vice Chancellor, our first gratitude is due to you for the nice inaugural address. In fact, he has mentioned almost all details about Professor Meeker and the timely remarks on the importance of this program. Even with a very busy schedule, he readily accepted our invitation. So when we approached him for this program, he readily accepted it, and yesterday he gave a formal welcome to Professor Meeker in his chamber. So we are extremely grateful to you, sir, for your insightful address. Next, I would like to thank Professor Meeker for accepting our invitation and taking pain to come to Cochin even with his busy academic schedule. So on behalf of all of us, let me express our sincere thanks to Professor William Meeker for gracing this occasion. We hope that you will enjoy the program in Cochin and organized by the department and the university. I also take this opportunity to thank the head of the department, Professor Asha Gopalan, for presiding this function and for an enlightening address. I also wish to thank Professor Balagrisha for the welcome speech, my colleagues, research scholars, students, and office staff for your presence. Now, we formally we wish to thank Government of Kerala for approving Professor Meeker's visit and providing the financial support for this unique program. So we also thank Cochin University of Science and Technology for the general support at various stages of this scheme. We hope the faculty and students will benefit from the coming days' academic interactions. Thank you.